Good afternoon, everybody. Fossil Bill here, and welcome to my video recap of what I got at the Mount Hood Rock Club's annual show. So, without further ado, here we go. I got this great end cut of Bruno jasper. This is material you cannot collect anymore. It's from Idaho, and it forms in thunder eggs. I got this partial thunder egg with opal running through it. I'm not sure on the location. I got this nice chunk of Salomalane from Mexico, and I also picked up a piece of knowledge that it is also now known by a new name called Romanekite. Now this material looks like a silver and black version of malachite. It is beautiful stuff. Also from that person, I was given this material. It is sunstones and some obsidian flakes from out in Plush, Oregon. I also got this nice slab of copper secondary material, some azurite in there, and malachite, and other copper secondaries, which I will cut into some awesome stones. And here is my big find from that seller. It is a wire-wrapped pendant. You can already see a little bit of color in it. But this is wrapped. I'm not sure what the metal is wrapping it, but it is some really beautiful opal replaced wood. Probably from Virgin Valley, Nevada. And look at that fire. And I'm going to put down my tripod here and hold this up, and it is just, you can see the grain in the wood. The translucent areas are precious opal, and also if you light it from behind you can see through the cells in the wood, and it is just completely replaced with precious opal, and there is fire in all of it. So those were my finds from that seller. From the club, I got this slab of pudding stone and this slab of jasper, as well as some other amounts of material, bulk amounts of material, which I will show off together later on. I acquired this whole shoebox full of preforms. Some of them are tumbled stone. There are some tumbled pieces with glued caps and glued bolo tie findings in here. But most of these are just cabochon preforms. There are some pieces that have not been shaped yet, and there are a couple of slabs or end cuts in here, but this will keep me busy cutting cabochons for a little bit. And there is some great material in here. Different types of agates. That needs to be trimmed down a little bit more, or I could keep it just the way it is. And woods. That's palm wood. It says it's from Texas. And different jaspers and obsidians. That's leopard skin rhyolite. Commonly called a jasper, but it's really a rhyolite. Here's some turritella. And there's various other materials in there. And that's all I got from that seller. Now from this seller, I got a nice chunk of Namibian blue agate, or chalcedony. It doesn't have any banding to cut up. This looks like it was part of an egg that was made from crinoid fossils. And it is actually stone, a crinoid fossil stone. And this material comes from China. Some Ochiko tube agate, one slab of that. Got a nice little turquoise nugget to cab up. Related quartz tumble with some defects. I'll grind down the back a little bit and rough it up and make a cab out of that. Cabochon. This is some sort of jasper, probably an imperial jasper of one sort or another. Got a couple of cabochons that he did that need a little bit more work. This is some sort of agate. This one's sugilite. And I also got a piece of gem sugilite to work with. You can already see some of the translucency to that point. I also got three little slabs of chrysoprase and a little baggie of gem silica pieces to work with. And that's all I got from that cellar, other than this almost fracture-free piece of rose quartz. I want to see if I can get a star to show up in that when I cab it. Okay, then, that's all from that cellar. Then I got these slabs, this nice black, white, and red crazy lace. I'm going to cut one cabochon out of that, but it's going to be absolutely gorgeous. Got this little agate slice with some stalactite tube formations going through it. This has fine needles going through it. I'm not sure of what. It might be a sagenitic agate. And then this is a sagenitic agate with red and yellow sagenite needles going through it. And I got some really hard to come by material. This land that this material came from is known as the Sunflower Flats. It's at the southeast side of Mount Hood, and it is now Native American property on reservation land. For a little while, the Native Americans were collecting the material and making jewelry out of this jasper. And it's known as Sunflower Flats jasper. But the higher-ups in the tribe found out that they were doing this, and they have since banned even their own people from collecting this material because to them the earth is sacred. So this material is extremely hard to come by because that turn of events that became tribal land happened about 56 years ago. This might be a piece of that, but I'm not 100% sure, this large piece. But I'm sure that those three small pieces are. This, I'm pretty sure, is Wascoite, which comes from Wasco County, Oregon. But I've never seen it with the red before. And here's the cutting face on that. So the red goes into it. It's really cool stuff. I did a cabochon of the day reveal with some of the banded Wascoite. It takes a nice high polish and looks very glassy on its fracture surfaces. This is a pyrite bearing rock that I'm going to slab up and try to get some nice cabs out of. I didn't pay much for it, so whatever it does, I'm okay with. This piece was kind of expensive, but it's foreign material. You might recognize it as mookaite from Australia. But it's a nice solid chunk. And if I can get some decent cabs out of each slice, I'll easily make my money back on it. And all that plus this box, which has red horn coral rough in it, which is going to be going into my tumbler. Came from that one vendor. And then the last of the stuff on this counter, before we get into the bulk material that I got from the club, is this piece of coral. Now this coral came from someone that was going around trying to sell or trade material with the vendors. And the story behind the piece is that it was collected from the Keokuk geode mine in Keokuk, Iowa. And through my research, I have found out that yes, you can find coral in the Keokuk geode mine. And looking at this piece, I also was able to tell that not only is this coral from a geode mine, it itself is a geode. So without further ado, I'm going to adjust my tripod here a little bit. And I am going to attempt to show you what I mean. Now, this is a pretty large piece. As you can see, my hand is that big, and the piece is that big. So, here's what I mean. This piece of coral is a geode. If you look into it, where pieces have broken off, see that sparkly, druzy quartz in there? Well, not very much from that one, but it's filled with quartz crystals. The whole interior of this is filled with druzy quartz. Oh, let's see if I can get the camera to focus in there. There we go. Just totally druzy quartz filled. Everywhere that is broken and exposing the inside of this piece, it's just sparkly, druzy quartz crystals. It is just... And this is coral from when the area was a shallow sea. And it was like 240 million years ago. So this is going in my collection. For a while at least. I want to go and collect this material sometime in the future. So wish me luck on that. And this is going to be a rather long video, I guess. I was hoping to do short videos for this to keep it short. I'll probably do a short video, I guess, and then link to the full video. So here we go. I'll go to the rest of the material that I collected here now. Okay, here's one of the items. This is a 5-pound bin of Tennessee agate slabs. Very colorful and just ready to use to cut stones. Some of them do have fractures in them and I will have to stabilize them first. But I will do that and I will be using the heck out of this material. It looks beautiful. Paid a little bit more than I wanted to pay, but it was going to the club, so, you know, Funding the local organizations is beneficial to us all. The next thing which I will show you that I got is this 30-pound, 3-gallon bucket of polychrome jasper chunks. Now these are not tumbling rough chunks like I could get from Kingsley North, but I got them for about the same price. These are good sized chunks that I can slab up and cut cabochons out of. You know, this one looks like, you know, Pacific Northwest, you know, an eagle eye or a whale eye off of one of the Inuit pieces of art. It's just beautiful stuff. Some of it has windows so you can see somewhat what's inside of it. But these are really, and of course polychrome meaning many colors. And this material is from Madagascar. And it's just beautiful stuff. And the last bit of material is a 26-pound bucket of mahogany sheen obsidian from the Glass Buttes here in Oregon. And I will pick out 4 of the faced pieces of rough here off the top of the bucket. And we will head to the sink where I will show you the sheen on those pieces, because they always look best wet. Okay, I have turned the light on the camera on, and here we go. Show off the sheen on this piece. Then run some water over this piece. And you can see it over there. Running across. And into this side. Just running through the piece. Absolute gorgeous stuff. The fire runs, or the sheen runs through in ribbons in this piece. And then this one, I can just wipe some residual water onto this one. And there we have it there, running through this piece in ribbons. Some of these are also translucent in zones, so you can see light through certain zones of it. And then the last one here. I just love working with this stuff. There it is. So there we have it. There's my after the show report of what I got. This material will be going in the red coral here will be going in the tumbler. It's going to tumble up awesome. It's also UV reactive. I'll be cutting stones and getting slabs cut out of the rest of this stuff. The pendant, I'm not sure exactly what I'm doing yet. I have to figure out what the wire is first before I do anything else. But there we go. That's my scores from the show. And rock on, everybody. And I look forward to seeing some of this material coming up in videos to come. So rock on.